Your sun is in a sextile to Uranus, and this basically means that you're an individual who really wants to leave a mark in society. However, you also want to be seen as a unique, different person. You want to be seen as a person who made a unique contribution to society. Your ultimate goal in life and your ultimate path in life that you consciously pursue on does change. So it's not like you have one major goal that you're set on. It could be that there are many different goals that you try to achieve throughout life. You prefer to have many options that you can pursue as opposed to just one thing. With your sun in a sextile to Uranus, you are more of a leader than a follower. So you are very aware of your own capabilities and your own level of intelligence and what you can do. Although you're so aware of your own capabilities, it can sometimes seem that other people aren't aware of it. So sometimes other people can impose their will and their want onto you. But the thing is, you're not a kind of person who will accept another person's will or when another person tries to impose themselves onto you. You do prefer to go with your way of doing things as opposed to other people's way. You can be somewhat of a person who has a very, very strong energy and a very strong light to you. So when you enter a room, it's almost like you have this electric aura. So you shock people with your uniqueness and your intensity. A lot of the times in your life, there's this dynamic where people are almost drawn to you like what moths are drawn to a flame, because they're just so fascinated by this amazing bright person. You can tend to attract a lot of weak people and a lot of weak individuals who do not have a lot of inner power, because they recognize your inner power and they want some of that inner power themselves, or they want you to teach your inner power to them and teach them how they can have their own inner power. With this aspect, you can also be prone to sudden flashes of intuition where you just have almost like an epiphany. Like all of a sudden, you will just know, or you'll just understand something. The answer will just come to you, and the sudden flash of intuition will be shocking to other people. When a person has the Uranus in a sextile to their sun, it does mean that their father allowed them quite a bit of freedom growing up. So it can be that your father was not a very conservative person. Your father was not very strict and controlling, and your father actually allowed you to do what you wanted to do, to be yourself and to have your freedom. Or it could just possibly be that your father was absent a lot and he wasn't actually there to be strict and controlling onto you. Or another way that this can manifest is that your father is so strict that you removed yourself from his clutches and from his control at some point in your life, especially in your early life, and you completely rebelled against him and became this very rebellious free spirit. Either or, your father had a very big influence in you wanting the freedom that you do want, whether it was influenced in a good way or in a bad way.